So we have wonderful 6 presentation at the moment. So shall we straight away start with the first one? The research topic was occupational mental wellness and hygiene. A focus on janitors' workwear in the Sri Lankan apparel industry. The research is authored by Dharmakeerthi K and co-authored by Dr. Gopura S. Mr. Dharmakeerthi, please come forward and do your presentation. Thank you.
Very optimistic morning to everyone. So as my first duty, I must say thanks to all the team behind IDRC as well as all the respective academia to unfolding this kind of a tremendous opportunity for all of us scholars. So myself, I'm Kavindu Dharmakeerthi, undergraduate from Department of Textile and Apparel Engineering, University of Moratuwa. So I will take you all through a wonderful journey which is titled as Occupational Mental Wellness and Hygiene, a focus on janitors' workwear in the Sri Lankan apparel industry. So there I need to mention Dr. Sumit Gopura, who was my supervisor and the backbone behind this research. Alright, so let's straight away jump into the topic. Have you ever seen a janitor? I know, right? Everyone is thinking, alright, I have seen even in the morning, maybe a while ago, you have seen a janitor, right? That's it. But unfortunately, we don't see them as the way we need to see them. So that's the momentum we start this all journey alongside with my curiosity and my empathy towards janitors to find out what we can do to emphasize their life silhouette. Alright. So, as an author, I could have witnessed several circumstances that janitors are facing throughout their working environment. So alongside with the harassment, some challenges and the hygienic issues throughout my industrial experience as well as the daily life experience. So as every other scholar would do, I did a thorough literature review and did some literature articles as well as possible to get done and identify the significance of this study. So as you can see, I have put some referencing articles as well. So there I see a tremendous amount of untouched areas of study to be there discussed. So starting off with the literature pool regarding janitorial studies, it is at very primary level since there are very less amount of articles. So that give me a motivation. I should generate some knowledge and put up there because in the future world there will be a good position for them. So then again, the humanity value, which is really concerning, that gives me a good momentum to start these projects because this is where at the end of the day, the world is going to be. So after all of that, I had 2 questions. One is why, another one is how. So to find out why, the reasons, I put up some aims here, which are to investigate and explore how Sri Lankan apparel sector janitors workwear is supported for hygiene and mental wellness. And also there are 3 objectives which is backing up the main objective. So with that, I had the question, how? There I wanted to find out solutions. For that, I strategically built up this methodology. As you all know, this is very human and also this is very complicated to get done and get some proven stats to get on actions to get something done for them. So for that I need to get this research done in both qualitative and quantitative manner. So starting off with the sampling, I took purposive sampling including 20 plus janitors with close observation in one of 3 major apparel firms in Sri Lanka. And alongside that, as a supportive stat, I started work off with their supervisors as well as the executives they are facing daily with their own works. So starting off with the analysis, again we had to go with 2 different arenas since this is a mixed approach. So I did inductive analysis process as well as deductive analysis process. So through that I used thematic analysis. And there I created special 12 themes we will discuss more in depth during the thematic analysis process in the next slides. So as well as for the deductive approach, I choose question analysis as a supportive stats. So now last but not least, our outcome was to theoretically build a framework that will give the solution profiles for existing problems. So these are the few snapshot of the analytics we've been doing. due to the very confidential and very sensitive agreements we are going on with those 3 apparel major firms as well as the janitorial persons. This is what we can show you guys at the moment. So there you can see the participant pool, how the company profiles build up, and how we code up the janitors, as well as how we just create the code to do the thematic analysis here as well. So after all and all, even though we can't show the entire process here due to the confidentialness, we create the entire situation into a one frame that showcase what is happening in between these janitorial workwear environment as well as the janitors, their mindset and the occupational wellness. So here it is, the impact and counters. Take a look at this. It's a battlefield. Why? Because as you can see, these are 2 parties fighting for each other. One is the work environment and the janitors. So there we have find out very crucial major impacting points which is impacting to the janitors as well as the working environment. As you can see, some citations from our interviews are also there. Starting off with the physical strain, they having very sort of a high amount of work hours, since they do not have any idea about their work hours and ethical standards, since they are lacking the level of literacy as well, and less staffing build them to work again more hard. And also the hygienical shortfall is there. Even though there are some facilities with the less occupied attire, they can't go with the proper hygienical practices with that. And also the exposed to hazard is there. Of course, they are working with various chemicals and stuff during their working. And mistreatment and harassment is there, both physical and mental. So lack of upward mobility, I think you all have an idea. Once a janitor into this field, they will end up as a janitor. There's no hierarchy, right? So with all that, we identified a pattern that janitors' mindset is naturally building a resilience with these key components we have mentioned as counters. So as first, they think the silence and avoidance as the key consumptions that they can do to avoid the situation. But again, that will lead them into more stress and anxiety. With this kind of situations, they are in a sudden shock and disbelief, which is leading them to less job satisfaction, as well as very crucial point currently happening in the industry, which is aggressive confrontation. Because when they do aggressive confrontation, it is really hard to do the management. Why? Because the doing unethical aggression towards managers or else employees leading them lots of problems. So for all of that, why you guys think this all kind of circumstances and contradictory is happening? Because we did not normalize janitors with all other occupations in this world. We did not normalize them. To make all this into one single peaceful working environment, we need to find out a normalizer. So that was our job throughout this research. So let's see how we jump in and found out these normalizer. Alright, as I mentioned during the methodology section, you can remember we have created these 12 themes, which was repetitively coming out from the interviews we had done with the janitors for hours and hours. So they were repeatedly saying these keywords, and we tend to create 3 major sub-platforms that is supporting our sub-objectives to enhance the main objective which we trying to cater in this research. So as a result of that, we come up with the first outcome here, which is a theoretical framework that can be applied luckily not only for the janitors but as a universal theory for all the blue collar occupations, which is improved service. As you can see here, it has key 4 elements, which is hygiene, personal presentation skills, relation skills, mental wellness, workwear. So these 4 key elements are embedding into this one improved service alongside the sub attributes they are having. So we, based on that, we created to do some sort of another analysis to get the optimistic normalizer which we were looking for to normalize the situation happening in between the work environment as well as the janitors. So for that, we conclude the normalizer by going in depth to that key 4 pillars, which is workwear, hygiene, PR skills, and mental wellness. To do that, as a person who is very specialized in workwear and apparel sector, I dig into the workwear first to see whether we can do something with this workwear. If we want to cater this problem, we have to do 2 ways. One, either we have to call all these 4 pillars in individual way, or else if we can provide one package that will sort out all these things, that would be the ideal solution. So we did some feasibilities, and then we came across with the safe garment samples, we put up on Janitors, and then we got the feedback. There we see the pattern that a fully occupied workwear, as you can see, with the above factors works as a solution package for this problem as the normalizer. So just for example, let's say if you are providing a safe garment to the workwear, it is providing the workwear need, as well as let's say if you are providing a hygienically supportive garment, that support the hygiene factor, as well as whoever want to speak about someone who is visually appealing. That's why we are catering a visually appealing garment that will support to enhance the PRS skills of the janitor. As well as when we considering all these factors, janitor is very self-esteem motivated, and he is very on a very optimistic level that will lead to mental wellness. So all upon all of this, you can see it is working as the full package which we are looking for, which is a normalizer. So that is our second outcome of this research. And here we have put another snapshot which showcase the key attributes of the product, which is practicality, safety, hygiene, the appealing look. So all in all, every research is a good research. So what it becomes greater is how we apply it. So throughout all the knowledge and the theoretical frameworks we built through our research, we created and we are working on a practice-based design-driven project. And again, unfortunately, since it is ongoing and very confidential, I can only give a quick sneak for that. But anyway, I will quickly tell you what we are working on currently. As you can see in the screen, we are working on smart fabrics, which has the traceability as well as adaptation properties, because that will lead to monitoring the janitors, as well as doing extraordinary ergonomics, because they need some ease, because they are doing a very hard work. The having that extra ease is going to help them very a proper manner. And then we doing on working on climate adaptive apparel, because we all know janitors are very rapidly changing due to their very different circumstances, and they have to work in different climates as well. So innovative fasteners, of course, there, because since we are talking about hygiene, having innovative fastener will help them to do the easy on-off process. And hazard and safety features are also there. We are working on water repellent as well as chemical resistant garments as well at the moment. So scientific pockets and storage, it is very scientific, but again, since this is for janitors, utility is the key. So we are working on that as well. So all in all, throughout this very small but having very optimistic information throughout this presentation, I have put a little bit diagram on the left corner, as you guys can see, which is the depth of impact. Starting off with this small study regarding the janitorial performance enhancement, starting off with humanity studies, maybe someone can use this theory to enforce a law, or else maybe to enhance the human resource performance, or else as we do, you can go in depth and do a very science-based nanotechnological level product as well. So that's the beauty of the nature. So with all in all, this kind of very interesting humanity-based designs can lead this world into a better place. So with that, I'm going to conclude my presentation, ending with a start. So that little empathy I had back then towards janitors bring me today in front of you in this podium. So as designers, my suggestion, my request is, we need to put more humanity into our designs, and I believe that will make our world more human. So thank you so much, and let's design for humanity.